Sporting Journal Radio, presented by Onyx.
The summer fishing season is here, and if you don't have your summer fishing trips planned just yet, well, there's still plenty of time to do that, and fishing is good. And one of those popular destinations for annual summer fishing trips, or even just a weekend away or a midweek trip, is Lake of the Woods, of course, up in northern Minnesota. And to join us to talk more about that is Executive Director of Lake of the Woods Tourism, Joe Henry. Joe, how's it going?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Not bad. Not bad at all. It was a good time seeing you in St. Cloud here this past week, by the way.
You know, it was a real nice time. And, you know, we had the Minnesota Association Convention and Visitor Bureau Educational Summit. And Brett and Danny Amundsen were guest presenters for that and did a very nice job, by the way. So kudos to you guys.
Well, thank you very much. I think I might have broke the microphone stand while I was up there, but
that was funny. You know, for those of you who maybe didn't see it, Brett, he was pulling the microphone out of the microphone stand, and the whole stand came out of the podium, out of the lectern. So he's got this big, long piece of hardware hanging out of the microphone. Everybody's laughing, and he's walking around talking on it. So pretty humorous. But all kidding put aside, you know, Brett, you talked about a lot of really neat things and a lot of things you do with your show and multi-purposing your content. And I thought it was very well done, and it's always fun. You know, like-minded people like us hanging out. It's always good.
Yeah, and it was great. And, of course, Eric Osberg from Otter Tail Lakes Country was there as well. So we got to hang out a little bit and talk about what we do and try to help some other people in our industry do some similar things. So, and I learned some things from the other speakers, too. I learned some stuff from watching you. I learned it from watching you, Joe. And I also learned some stuff from Eric Osberg as well, too. So it was fun, and it was good to meet all those people, and we learned a few things, too.
Yeah, it's good. You know, twice a year, the MACVB made up of people that basically run destinations, along with a few guest presenters and a few vendors who want to earn our business. But, you know, everybody comes together. It's kind of an intimate crowd. You know, certainly a lot of education, lots of different seminar speakers and topics, and of course, a little bit of networking, a little bit of dinner and drinks and stuff at night. But you know, that's part of it. And yeah, we just do it twice a year, so it's good. It's an industry thing, and you know, Minnesota has a very, very vibrant tourism industry, and it's amazing to me that when I get together with my colleagues, how different our areas are, but so much of what we do has similarities as well, and it makes it all work out nicely.
And I introduced a few people to a hairy buffalo, so. There are a few people.
What is? I don't know what you're talking about. What is a hairy buffalo, Brett?
I don't even know. I'm not sure. But if you go to MC's Dugout, try one. You'll like it.
I think it's some kind of one. It's different colors or something, isn't it? I mean,
there's some different colors. There's a few different things in there. They're delicious. They were pretty good. No, it was a great time. And I know while we were there, my dad was calling me and saying, hey, we're up here at Lake of the Woods. You got any tips for me? And they were trying some different things, and they were bouncing around some different areas, and they were catching fish, but they weren't just throwing them in the boat. And you were like, oh my gosh, I'll make some calls. I'll find out what's happening. And you helped us out a little bit. And I'm happy to report their last day up there. They were only up there for a couple of days, but the last day they just hammered them, caught a pile of slot fish, of course, caught a bunch of big fish. Some of the guys that had never been up there were really impressed. Stayed at Arneson's. They were real happy with the accommodations and real impressed with the resort. Got to stay in the new part of the harbor there that they've recently put in, and just had a great time up there at Lake of the Woods.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, Lake of the Woods is one of those bodies of water. You know, they always say that 80% of the fish are in 20% of the water, maybe even less. And, you know, if you're not on them, you're not on them. I mean, it's hard. It's not like always a slam dunk. But I'll tell you something. If you're up there for a few days, and these guys are fishing on their own, so if you go on a charter boat, you're golden. If you go with a guide, you're golden because they know where to go right away. They're networked with other guides and stuff. But, you know, the thing of it is, when you go on your own, you got to find them on your own. And it can be a little bit, if you don't just jump on a pile of fish, it can be a little tough. But you know what? If you keep trying normally, in a few days, you're going to find some good fish on Lake of the Woods. Why? Because there's millions of fish to find. They're always somewhere. But you got to be versatile. You got to try different things, different depths, different techniques. Watch your electronics. You know, and again, eventually you're going to run into them.
Yeah, and that seems to happen anytime I've been on a trip where we're taking our own boat somewhere. It usually takes us a little bit to pattern the fish. Maybe you got to find the spots. You can't always fish memories because fish move around. Water temps change, water levels change. Things are constantly changing, so you might just have to find them and figure out what's gonna trigger that bite. How are water levels up at Lake of the Woods right now?
Water levels are high. We have record-breaking water at Lake of the Woods, but rest assured, our resorts, these men and women who run resorts up at Lake of the Woods, they are so good. They're entrepreneurs. It's kind of one of those attitudes: find a way, make a way. And they have to. So we have, a lot of our resorts have been doing sandbagging to protect their infrastructure from the high waters. But they're doing things that are unique, like they're building up their docks. Some are using floating docks. They're doing whatever it takes to get people in the water. And you know what? Fishing's been great. Fishing's been really, really good, and that's the saving grace. So yeah, there's a lot of water up there. Things that might look a little bit different at your favorite resort, but the majority of the resorts are found a way to get people out fishing, and it's been good. I will say that the whole fishing thing. June is a fun month because some people are jigging, some are pulling spinners, and some are pulling crankbaits. And it's like people are catching them all three ways.
Well, let's get into more tactics next week here on the show. And if people want to plan a trip yet this summer to get up to Lake of the Woods, what should they do, Joe?
Man, it's a great time. Don't come up unless you want to catch a pile of walleyes. But if you want to check out our website, that is lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
Hear more at sportingjournalradio.com or wherever you get podcasts. Northern Minnesota's Walleye Factory is a year-round world-class fishing destination. The perfect getaway this summer is just a short drive to Lake of the Woods. Fish Big Traverse Bay, the Rainy River, or visit the unique Northwest Angle. To catch big fish, you have to go where the big fish are. Plan your trip to Lake of the Woods at lakeofthewoodsmn.com. That's lakeofthewoodsmn.com.